Sean, once again, good morning and good
Morning, bro.
afternoon, Ghana. And first of all, congratulations upon your win last Saturday.
Mhm. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, man.
All right.
Great to hear from
So,
you again and be back here again.
all right. And prior to your fight against Jackson Marinez, many people thought you have been away from the ring for 14 months and fighting a crafty boxer like Jackson Marinez, you should have gone for a low-key boxer instead of Jackson Marinez. So, what informed your decision to fight a credible boxer like Jackson Marinez?
Well, first of all, I want to thank my team, Michael Amubidiaku, my manager, and Keith Kinolly from the US. Those are my management and also my trainers, Gary Stark, Andre Rosé, and Terence Simpson, and also my conditional trainer, Scott. Scooter Love. Yeah. Even though I've been away for almost about 14 months, and as a best, you always want to fight the best, and you want to be in the midst of. I mean, the life is very hot now, so if you really want to get into the midst, it's what I really want to do. I want to be a two-time world champion. So when I was itching to get back into the ring and they come out, they pull out the name of Jackson Marinez, and I was like, and that's fine with me. I don't mind because it doesn't really matter. Even though I've been away for 14 months, I want to find someone who is good, credible, so that I'll get back into the mix as early as possible. And yeah, I agreed to fight him, and we work out so hard in the gym and pray, and then God give us the victory Saturday night.
Okay, so prior to your preparation, what went through your preparation since you have been away from the ring for 14 months? Were you anticipating rustiness on your part?
Well, first off, let me tell you this. Even though I was away after Teofimo fight, I was away to Ghana, and then the outbreak of the COVID. But I was in Ghana. I wasn't just sitting down when I was training. I was training. Then I go back in the US in August 2020. So since I get back, I've been training and I've been working. I don't really look rusty, to be honest. But then going to this fight with someone who had a controversial loss with Rolly, and sometimes, and it's very crafty, like you said. So all that is ringing in my mind when I was in the camp was like, man, I gotta win this fight, I gotta win this fight, I gotta win this fight. So I put everything in the camp. I train. I never miss a day. I never miss sparring. I made sure I did everything I have to do. I eat right. I listen to my corner and I do whatever all the coaches require me to do. So and also been praying to God to strengthen me. And always lead me. Yeah. So that is just that. I wasn't really thinking about the performance that I'm gonna do, but I knew if I put in the hard work and do what is right, definitely I'm gonna look good on the night of the fight, and that's what I did.
On the day of the night or prior to the fight, what was the strategy going into the fight?
Well, just maintain my composure. Obviously, not to rush anything because I've been away for like you said, 14 months. So just take my time, and then pick it up as time goes on, as the rounds go by, and then start to pick it up, and that's exactly what I did. In the first couple of rounds, I was a little bit like, the guy is crafty, so I was a little bit like, I got to see what it's like, I don't want to rush into it because, I have to be very mindful, and that is exactly what happened in the first two rounds. I started very slow because I don't want to rush into it, and then So the game plan was to just be simple and then keep basic, but also put a little bit of pressure.
Okay, and throughout the fight, were you expecting, or did you plan to knock your opponent out, or you went to the fight to win by
You know,
decision?
see, I always say this, yeah. Going to win a fight, I try to win. I try to go in there to win. I never put any knockout in my mind that, I'm gonna knock this guy out. I'm gonna do no, 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 no. I've trained for 10 rounds, and that is what I'm coming to do. But in the process, when I see a chance and I know I can take you out, why not?
So when did you
So
saw the opportunity? When did you saw the opening that this is the time for
I
me to
think
take
after
him
the
down?
fourth round, I was like, man, he's getting tired. I saw him getting tired, and it's like he started clenching. That's when I realized that maybe he can feel my punches. So once he can feel and once he clench, I'm like, oh, okay. Then he can feel the point. Then let me put in more pressure and throw down more punches. You know what I mean? And exactly that's when when he started clenching, I realized that like my punch, he can feel my punches. So I took advantage of that.
Okay, let me take you back to prior to the fight before you enter the ring. A video came out with you and Teofimo Lopez. Were you expecting Teofimo Lopez to be in your locker room on that night?
Not really, because I didn't even know he was there. Trust me, I didn't even know he was there until like he came to my dressing room. But you know what I mean? This is what this sport is all about. It's all about love, and you know what I mean? Boxing is just a sport, and as human beings, we need to be humble, respect each other regardless of what, because regardless of what happened, because you know what I mean? In the near future, you're done with boxing. So if you create enemy whilst you're boxing and blah 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 blah, and you're done fighting, who are you gonna call friend or who are now you gotta be nice to anybody, regardless of what happened in the ring. Even if you share the ring with a person outside the ring, friends, and that's it. And I think that's what I did with Teofimo when I lost to him, and he came back to my corner. It was like, Richie, you are the true champ, and I know this guy don't belong to where we are. So you know what I mean? Just go in there and do what you got to do. I'm rooting for you, man. And this is what he said to me in the locker room. And, you know, it makes me feel, you know what I mean? Make me feel good, you know what I mean? Because I really, really don't expect him. And, you know, he's been a nice guy. And, you know what I mean? It's what you know, I gave him that respect. And he gave it back to me on this. I gave him when I lost to him. And he gave it to me back on Saturday before I go to fight.
Okay, so the moment he ran and argued in the locker room, and you started saying something to him, what was your statement to him?
Yeah, I was telling him that, oh man, thank you. I didn't really believe in, you know, I mean, you did a great job. You became a champion, and I'm proud of you. And you did it, you know what I mean? I mean, regardless of what people will say, he's done it, and nothing can take that away from him. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, so what will you say the win over Jackson Marinez means to you in your redemption process?
Well, just like as you mentioned, you know, it's a redemption time, so I got to tell them, I have to. It was a fighter. Um, I always want to tell the people that yeah, Richard has still got a lot in, and you know, thanks be to God, like you said, it's a redemption for Richie Commey, and I was able to let the whole world know that you know Richie is not just. Sometimes people say certain things like Richie is really about, you know, it's far more than that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, Richie, let's talk about the technicalities of the fight. Many people are of the view that whenever you attack or you're on offensive uh, on the net, you normally drop your right hand or you normally drop your hand.
You
What do you
know,
have to say?
even
Because
yeah, and I know where you're coming from, and I want to just say this. See, we all like everyone has got room for improvement, right? And we improve. But remember, I'm fighting first time over 40 months. And also with a guy who is very crafty, who is very good boxer, right? And sometimes when you watch fight, maybe sometimes yeah, I drop my hands a little bit and I know what to do to just get him, but it's just gonna be sometimes it takes more time than people might be thinking. Maybe from where you're sitting, you might see it that way, but maybe when you're in the ring, it's not the way you see it, right? And I can say in terms of dropping down, even though maybe I do it most of the time and people see like clearly, but sometimes it's not that. And also, everyone in this world, every boxer, sometimes in the fight drop their hands when they're attacking. You know what I mean? So yeah, even though I know people have seen that, but I'm also working on how best I can make adjustments to make it. So you just, you know what I mean? I understand that and I take it and I'm working out for that to eliminate that. Yeah.
Okay, so on the night, how will you rate your performance on a scale of 10?
Yeah, I think, you know, comparing it to it, I think I'm maybe 65.
Okay, so there is more room for improvement.
That's right.
Now, the hottest division in boxing industry is now the lightweight. We have your friend Teofimo Lopez, we have Deviene, we have Tank Davis, we have Ryan Garcia, we have your countryman Emmanuel Tegu. Now you are in redemption process. Which boxer do you think you are ready to fight?
I want to be a world champion again. I want 35. So whoever has got a title and I got a chance to, whoever has got any title, I want title. So that's it. There's no point in people there has got titles, right?
Yeah.
So I want title. So it doesn't really matter who I fight. I want title, and if you get a title, you are a target.
Okay, so on paper, we have three people who has the title. Teofimo Lopez has title. Tank Davis has the secondary WBA title. Deviene has the WBC title. So it means that you are targeting three boxers now.
There you go. I want title. You know what I mean? I want title. So anyone, but you know, I think with Teofimo, he's moving up pretty soon, and you know what I mean. So I don't know the plan, and he's got a fight also coming. So you know what I mean. But so be it. You know what I mean. Maybe they have the time, but man, I want to be a like, you know, there's no name for me to mention, but you know what I mean. I'm ready to fight anyone. At 135, it doesn't really matter. If Teofimo feel like, oh, he wants to give me a rich match, no problem. You know what I mean? But I want a title and I want to fight any of them.
All right. So Richard, let's talk about your trunk, the shots that you wore on the night. You could see the faces of young guys or young boys on your trunk. Is there an historic something about
Come
it?
on, David, you know about this, man.
I
You know
know,
the people.
I
The
know,
people
but
back
many
home. You
people,
know when I get to Ghana, these kids, how they
I
love
know
me, how
about
they
it.
come.
I know about it, but many people don't know about it.
Yeah, you know
Many
these
people
kids
thought
are like,
it's a
you
fashion.
know, it's just like Noah in the Bible or Abraham, father of nations. And when I go back home, these children that love boxing, I'm like Abraham to them. You know what I mean? I'm like father to them. They love me. So I mean that's the only I know the truth. Man, these children love me. So I always want to carry them. I carry them in my heart. But putting their pictures on my shores, you know what I mean, make me feel close to them, even though they are far away. Makes me feel like, oh, they're close to me, you know, and I represent them, and you know, they see me, they start shadow boxing, they see me, and they say, oh, champ, I want to be like you, I don't do, you know what I mean? So, you know, I love these kids, man, and they look up to me. So, you know what I mean? That is just it, you know what I mean?
Okay, so Champ, which um fight do you want badly? A rematch with Teofimo Lopez, a fight with Deviene, a fight with Ryan Garcia, a fight with Tank Davis.
I want to be a world champion. I'm not a person when I want to fight this because this, I want to, no. If I get a chance, I will grab it. If I get a chance among the three, I will grab it, that's it.
Okay, so let's talk about your relationship between you and Andre Rizia, your coach.
You
It
know,
seems like
Andre is always, you know, Andre is a father to all the boxers that he trains under. He's a father figure. Likewise, Gary, likewise, Terrence, you know what I mean? I mean, great, like relationship. You know what I mean? You can't really. It's just an amazing. You know what I mean? It's just an amazing, and you know, words cannot even express it. Like they understand where I'm coming from. They know what I wanna do, and they know the way I do my things, and they always, you know what I mean, wanna help me as much as, you know, they wanna always look after me as much as they look after their own. Sons and daughters. So it's just a great feeling and a great atmosphere to be. You know what I mean? As a boxer, you know, you always wanna be around people who understand where you're from, who understand the way you do your things, and who are willing to push you. And I think they have everything, and they are the same thing. So you know what I mean? It's great being that a camp.
Okay, so on a lighter note, after your win, have you seen your daughter?
Yeah, most definitely. I came to see, and I mean, man, it's just a great feeling. Nikela Commey,
Okay.
she's good.
Well, because a lot of people don't know that you have a daughter now.
Yeah, I do have, but yeah, they might have heard from me. I have a daughter, almost four months old daughter, but yeah, they're gonna see the picture when she's 15 years.
When she is how many years?
15 years.
15 years.
Yes. Yeah, 15, then you get a picture of it.
Oh, bro.
But I've been in the media, social media, in private property.
Oh, private property. She got private property. Ne definitely get in your man ever in guy paparazzi commit when we begin a lemasha fish and well baby.
O ko na le ekulengi amushi. I mean, more like on again she telling so much feeling biketi. It's more we not because we time feel bad alone no go ba. Me believe again she mo fẹ́ mo life life e kuma ni sa go ke oji social media. Je mo fẹ́ mo sa ga ele. Only me if you open it bu sa ka mele. Bona ni. Muna kan be na le.
So, Richard, how do you see yourself in the boxing business in the next 5 years?
Well, actually, in the next 5 years, I go to me and I venture two-time world champion, and then move up to by 5 years time, I should have been a two-time world champion and move on to had a couple of fights and maybe won another title in 140, hopefully within the next 5 years. Yeah, if things go to the way that we all prayed for, and God grant me, then definitely I might be a two-time lightweight champion, a world champion at 140.
And there have been a lot of boxers who, after their career, either venture into boxing or go back and do other things. Do you have a plan of giving back to boxing, what boxing has given to
Yeah,
you?
most definitely. You know, with Streetwise Foundation, even though I'm here, I'm fighting, but I'm still acting as an as scout for Streetwise Foundation and Streetwise management. So, you know what I mean? If I see anyone, I feel like, oh, this talent is good, and I study a person from Ghana, and I know that this boy can do anything, we'll help him out. We'll give him all the necessary help that he can, when we lead a path and he follows, he will also get to wherever you are. If you want to be like me or a person like me, or get to the level I've been at, we give you all the support that you needed to get there, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay, so Richard, let's talk about you and Namubediako. It seems like the rapport between the two of you has been overwhelming, and since he spotted you and he has brought you to the limelight and you are now at the world stage, what is the secret between the good rapport between you and Namubediako?
It's all loyalty. Loyalty. As a boxer or as a person, when you're working with someone and the person, you know where the person started with you from and where you get into and where you are going, loyalty and trust is very important. You know what I mean? So I think we share this. He trusted me. That's why he invested in me. And I do trusted him. That's why we're still working together, and I'm very loyal to me. He's very loyal. He tells me what he needs to tell me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's all about loyalty and trust. When there's no loyalty, there'll be no trust. So loyalty is very, very important. You know what I mean? When you are loyal, straightforward, and you can go anywhere in this world.
Okay, so Richard, I want us to settle this debate. For now, we have, I stand to be corrected, but we have a lot of African fighters who are trying to make a name for themselves, carve a niche for themselves. And boxing normally comes with money, right?
Yeah.
Will you say that now, currently, you are the best paid African fighter we have now? We should not. Anthony Joshua is not in the picture because Anthony Joshua is fighting for the British.
Right.
Will you say
I don't know any, at the moment, I don't know any African boxer. In my way, I don't know the person yet, and I cannot say I am because there are a lot of bosses there that maybe are getting paid. I don't know, but for what I can see at this level at 135, I'm the only African boxer that is in the mix of them. That's what I can say.
So, literally, it means that you are the well-paid Ghanaian boxer we have currently.
Well, I cannot say, but I'm in the midst of, when you talk about first 5 boxers in the world at 135, I'm in the midst of them. So, and I'm a former world champion.
All right. Okay, so champ, let's talk about the current state of Ghana boxing now.
Oh, man, I'm a target, GBL and chair, I'm a tower officer, no, I'm a few. Tomorrow, I'm in Shelly in a crack.
What do you expect them to do? Because for boxing is more of promotion, and for some time,
GBL has anything. I'm a few no gonna make target me, and I'm a few on his I'm a few. You can know my you.
Yeah, maybe you have something. Maybe you have some. You expect them to do something, and they haven't done it. So maybe you can pinpoint what you expect them to do.
Nah, niya no pulenje. Niya no, na me tagana na me ya no. Nilero ne mfia me. Ba even po amele imi na amele mi. Ya de amageshi ameke mi po ageshi ame wish me all the best alo. The only Ghanaian boss ane ya no. After na he come back. She and my letter mo. Now sending me congratulations, 3 messages, you whatever. Na kan me social media. The money moves I got can boss am na go ke ingbe. Ni GBA ni yo jamele email address. Or can you can me put direct email me. This what you no go need subject to me. Na ga ma group him wo chat mo. I dey smoking crack. What is that na me feel? Tell me my jiame na me feel up. I me shi je me ba ni to ametu. Because na me feel ni dole mi lachon. Only this what you know wa amuku. Well, I wish you a good luck. I look congratulatory for winning. The more you subject any, okay, ni eke kule puni le bana. No ba ale pu. Alo management, alo team kupu. Ona ni. So ka group B na me wa na. Ene lumu na alo win. Because tell me David ofana bo kumoy. Tell me ofem no ku. Ni gege bu ya kote. Ka mi someone na magwa
money
exactly o get me you are she am fi am need to more sometimes say am me go me to trash ye me je money gan ye money o do me shi fine o ta no show no kwa gashi o support me alo yen alo fi ne keke kebi e sheku ndi mugo be egbe ni maka mu di show ni no because to try go fo ni bi ojugba so nye no ka me mo ni money mo ko ni man bia na ga mi ni o fe no kwa lo support me am fa me chon me ji no gun me won pay again because ni am go yin ya ba le kuku kenibi fine boss am be for GB ni me no anta be ni ye Ghana dey and am in control na kan ni am no chu money ba ni me pi ni je she mi nsa na me nsi ye ni no ni ba me na What do you mean?
Champ, with the way you are speaking, then it seems like you have, I don't know, you have personal problem with the GB.
Kaya bene ya school je tere amale gani bi ke tuwa gani bi na me paint mi na ga jimi ko ko because iya na yin ba ni bene je boss ni shi iya ko GB yin ya ba ni to bene me ko ma me fi other bosses o ga mu go fe no go na yin mi ma yu we do paint mo kan ji le bi mate wa gani start boxing o mi ta o gloss o mi ta o ne kan ni wo o mi shi wofin jele mi na ke bana afi o na ga mu gun fi no ni sa ke fi bon ke la ya no ni sa go fi jele me ona bule alo ni fe mu onu pa gbon agbe kan bi ke gbon amu o ni shi so ofin ni etumo na mo jibo na mo bo meli e mo ma fe bo meli e bo na mo jibo o ni shi ko ofin mi na kan age na mo jibo mo ma fe bo na mo jibo because I don't know the me life ga do mo na after na me taji bi ametaje na me ma pen peta sponsorship pole ncha anya me winning ka a box na afio Ghana. It is any game in
Okay, so irrespective of that, let's talk about the current state of boxing. Do we still have up and coming boxers that can lift the floor?
Come on, up and coming man. She can again me never see many round of boxing in Ghana and I've been a Ghana. But Ghana if you magashi when I'm no more I don't know Janu Molenche na omobo. They jimu go kunga ba jeni mo ba champion. She can again no ya oh, I may forget.
Okay, so what do you think that should be done, or what part do you want to play in order to change the things that you think that is not?
Many years there, I mean, Jimmy get it. I do am a friend. You know, come club I'm a new dream. Adwina. Because I really call you know this I go we afume mai. E wono ni pedi yo mpeji mo fe mo ashije me. Na ata o mo kukungu keba. Ko le won akojo mo na yi.
And before you get a replacement there, do you have anybody in mind that you think Ageshin, if he should go there, I need to know to me?
Nga mo go back to Sane mo. Bona ni. Nga mo go back to Sane. Bona. She honestly take the match mo ko. Me tani Patrick ya du mo shi. Patrick le du mo shi as GB president Keba Aje. Patrick Noli, secretary Noli.
Patrick Johnson should. So you are waiting for Patrick Johnson to stand as GB.
Me to anga kama go beje me, ile mo go ne interest mo. Bona, even though they get before Chacholet. Golden Mike man, Mr. Spain. Bona, the machine now I don't know. Only machine. Now I never she go le asumone feeling alone. She me e woni le nyi ma bi she me ga again to say Patrick alo mali Spain amenyo ametumu kume adumushi. Aji me fe je ko na amenyo po atu sa me po direct president ke vice eta aga get to have vote hafi ne awu am get kadi me kufu ado get ko but me awu am ga do je gbi president ne na vice ko amenyo ametuni because many yo je me ga na kama ja ni bi ni na no ni ya no at least part get tuni secretary ele ni na fe ele no fe ni ya no ele like o da get no fe no bo mo de ni ife ni ne what do you mean? Na me feel like anya achake ele Ghana boys ni ele asenu go fight na fini me touching girl okumo ona am feel ni na me hand ni feel very very clear if you tell mo go no tight the more about no 2 rounds no get no je dey play je dey fi kodo America bi na no box ni ale na le bi bora ni na le money is a more fighter. Shimoni a mole keba. Eba no round 2 de ba get no don. Get no round 2 de pa go go get no don. Ati. No ke ba. Even though le age le yi anda doge. Eba ba good show. Good show get feel close. Ale age shimoni le ji on boss ala dwan. Di necessary age shi saga o mu keba na more records ko na like ade ba fi ko ni mo na knockout p by force. Kamo pia unwe ni sheku abaji odu na po agbere ge she time na ge ba ge tale bia na onye ne ge record wo fimu wo ko ga gbene onimi saka me try ojugba ko ni ka fi match up ke ni bi no ni po ba ke boss am ba le confidence de ba le iwale kwake uchali lele kenge mukunu ko emene ngele no ngene sta me kenge me ba geme ni me ba wa fi me ne ba pe ona be kele won le nche like mini ike yue okay akashi pole nche ni i kashi le fi ani aga tre le je ba ga ku era bi ye ni sho emi nwa e o sa ge ma fi mi ma tre no ju ba chine fe tumo mene tumo ne geme no ta no e ga awu moko e ke ba no round no round 2 round 3 the round 4 no e ke ba ke pa that reminds me ona be ni mene charge le Malik you know last fight ko me Ghana then before lockdown nim kwe fight even though Malik na ga Malik ye twile na ga itade no it's funny no dey feel na ga to Malik is it papo ona even though Malik o na ga shi no dey han even though we dey oni idak ona naka no ko ona ni mo ko na le kenu ni no dey han bu shopo na agbe na dey agbe na egbe no na ga shi me baba ona ga tule se ona no ko no go se no get no get atashi ba ge ba don mi no le ni ofi o come on wa boss yin ase o no wa boss se den je because ke she bi na gbe ne ko le ta flash a mo kwa ni mo le won le nje ku e mo mi ni ase opponent ni ba ni mo kele buen clam agbe na agbe bu Ghana ju na vi ni na mo ba bu won su of course usuwe and obo is one agbe na yibo e de ku la ke yan bu e ona ge ba ti clear ge se ajumu ona dale naga ni me zaga mepa amepa na me ani gbege bi eni ba ke na fi record se ha me fine awanya ta mo ko ni ka gbe na me win mo ba esa ni e fi o tu at fish no wona
Okay, so let's talk about your expert because many boxing commentators, many boxing coaches are talking about your weapon. That is your right hand. That right hand knocked down Robetista when you had your first title shot.
yeah.
What would you say about that right hand? Because many people have been talking a lot about your right hand.
Maybe it's a God-given strength. God has given to me. Not only the right hand. They forget I've got a good left hook as well. But sometimes anyway. That is just it. They see that, so let it take what they see. But yeah, naturally God has given me the strength, and you know what I mean. I thank God because not many people has got that, you know what I mean. And naturally, this is what God has given it to me. So you know what I mean. I thank God, and you know what I mean. I'll be grateful to God always, and anyone that helped me get in shape for this fight, and you know what I mean. And anyone that has really helped me in my boxing career from the day I started to now. Those who have gone, yeah, they are gone. And those who are still with me, yeah, glory be to God. You know what I mean?
Okay, so will you say, apart from your right hand, you have another weapon that you are yet to unleash for people to see?
You know, definitely, you know, in this boxing game, yeah, in life, if you do something, it works for you, you stick with it. You don't have to try to, you know what I mean, you stick with it until when it's getting difficult, then you bring the other option, you know what I mean? So there are a lot of stuff I can do, but it seems like stars bring fights, and sometimes people don't get, or when I'm fighting, those things never come for people to see. But you know what I mean? I've got certain things that many people hasn't really seen, and by the time when they see it, they will be shocked and they'll be amazed. So, I mean, that is just it.
Okay, so let's talk about how you are shaping yourself up for your next fight. When are you going to return to the ring again?
Well, at the moment, I have no clue. I'm gonna speak to my management, you know, meet MK, and then speak to my promoter and see what the plan is for me, and then we'll move on from there. But at the moment, I'm just on a low key, you know what I mean, resting up a bit, and then we start training a little bit, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay, so at 135, like I said earlier, it is the hottest division. It is the hottest division now because there are a lot of good and crafty boxers there. Have you, following your win, have you sat down with your promoter or your management to
That's what I'm
discuss
saying.
about?
That's what I'm saying. This week we're gonna have a nice conversation regards to which direction, what we're going, what we're doing, and what's happening with me. So that is what we're gonna do. And then once I know more, then I can say more. But at the moment, I don't know of anything here. So what I mean. I just when I'm enjoying my maybe a week break and see what happens. And then once I had a talk with them, then I'll know. And we know where we're going. What I mean. We'll let the team know where we're heading to and what we're doing, and we'll move on from there. But as it is right now, what I mean, nothing yet. What I mean, I just finished my fight, so just resting a bit.
So how is the feeling like fighting on big television in America on ESPN? How is the feeling like?
Yeah, it's always an amazing feeling to headline a show, but also I was very devastated for Joe Smith and um and this opponent Vlad. What's his name? I can't really mention the name, that Russian name. You know what I mean? As a boxer, you train so hard, and close to the fight, maybe a day of the fight, you tested with positive COVID-19. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what I mean? So I feel for them, but I pray that they both recover, or whatever God they recover very well, and once the fight is rescheduled, and then they can go on and have their fight. Yeah, but it's tough. You know what I mean? Even though as much I'm very excited that I headlined the show, I wasn't really. I felt also my heart also felt for them. You know what I mean? It would have been a great if everyone on the show, you know what I mean, if nothing changes, it would be a great fight.
Okay, so what are your positive words for Ghanaians who
Well,
they believe in you
first
today
off, let
and
me
also?
say this. I thank God for all the support that my people from Rossi be.
Earlier,
Yeah, I mean, I'm a parent, Charlie. So the one I'm a so the gani be. Do I mean like a word more pay or jai or mean damage? I mean damage. Mention so many apostle. So the army can be declare fasting, pasan cancer. Only me, I was so the army to bat. Charlie, so for any year, show more. I'm a you gonna me tag. I ain't get to find. Make a friend no way. You got to friend no good down. Ona ni o mi feel clear. Mo is mo ya ni ya mi get to friend no. Onimishi so le ami yeme Prophet Daniels me ajete maton ona yo mo fi amo me iya me verose bi fm pa so mo shi fight na me go me bon so mo me go me fight by force so yeah me da me farm shi no mo ya answer our prayers agbene le won chale sare Ghanaian family le chale covid is real. Covid is real o mi pa me fight no man say get hand sanitizer chale bole you know feel we go babu way Osmoni, yeah, what for about go one day? Born and David. But this morning, you go alone, you go back go, yeah, COVID-19 because if you careless, ni equal with the woman fight, and you me, New York Ghana, fan, the boss is any bar, fan, I'm a protector, I'm a with the bar, and guess no smart and I cover the came of him away. Can be done with you. I'm a man, I'm a sanitizer, I'm going to cool. Kama ihe kpano ni mukuta medie na machine na mege fini le sama boda mege ebu an o ni shagbene le nwe kama mege box en ba no mukutumo aikui you good bona ni me encourage like she training hard bona ni wo fe wo je Jamestown ni mo ka me she ni she wo mo mege Jamestown ke bukum am fan ba nya me she ni she shimbo eshiba ke loyalty e saga me ani always a guide am na me henu ma me yi na me henu ma me yi ekokura be na me nya me ya alo me nya me she bugo no mo lencheli mo ni ba fi to mo be de fi mi o no ji yo mo ni tanka mo bi e fi ni yo
Chan, before you go, you made mention of your pastor. after the fight, he released a statement that he prophesied that you will stop your opponent in round 6. Did you told you prior to the fight that you will stop your opponent in round 6?
Eke Commey, she inyemi eke mi agashi na no ni na fi so mo na no ni ti no ni gala ga yi ni amega no shi ni yo no mo yi o ni so le wa ni maybe ye le pepo le so le an o ni mi shi ye le pe tumo wona ga nche Prophet Daniels nche pasan kansa le ona ye maybe she le nwe ke Commey direct ni le ga yuku she na fi so mo bole nwe bi ko meti so mo de ke ma ga na no ne ti no nke okay ora ni passes baba oni so le am because ni monja ora ni me pili nye ma cha me gbe because am sumo na ka bo yeah
Okay, so champ, once again we congratulate you and we thank you for joining the show, and we will bring you back again when the need arises.
Thank you.
Once again, congratulations.
Thank you, David Tale. God bless. All right.